Twitter. Twitter first. Let's tweet this out. Uh, this guy's been bald for like 60 years. How old is he? I'm on mute still, so don't worry. Got about maybe 30 seconds before I start, give or take, the anthem. Here we go. What's up? Rex Byers here with you in the SweatBox. YouTube TV, Twitch TV. We're fixing to kick off on Monday night. The Colts are at home against San Francisco in a must-win spot for Indianapolis. Niners, 4.5 point favorite. Total 46.5. We are underway. National anthem done. Coin toss coming. What's up? Same stuff, different day. Ready to rock and roll here. Niners sitting on 10 wins. If they win out, they will be the 1 seed in the NFC. The path is cleared brilliantly for them this week, starting back on Thursday night with the Seattle win over the Rams. They'll get their crack at the Seahawks. In the last week, they play the Bears. Next week, in what will be their second straight primetime game. Short week for them. The Bears actually have 2 extra nights rest after beating Green Bay in somewhat impossibly unbelievable fashion Saturday night. That was quite the quite the day with all the college basketball football that started early, and then the 2 games going on late at the same time with impossible covers for the Bears coming back to win in overtime, and James Madison down 48-13. Oregon had the ball, and James Madison still got the money, catching 21 one, give or take. Kickoff coming shortly. I did not pull up my tweet deck, so I don't have coin toss information just yet. Actually, let me see if I can find it. I may have it up here somewhere. Yeah, okay. I can't find that stupid thing. That's not it. I guess we'll find out. I'd say the first half price in this game. That might give me the clues. Uh, let's see. That's one thing. My father very pessimistic most of the time. He seems to think that they have a good shot tonight. Certainly, the market agrees. 2.5 flat, 3 dog money on San Francisco. Total 23 in the first half. Yeah, the spot is as good as it can be for Indianapolis. I would be really surprised if you're not going to see their AF, or just a matter of how aggressive they're going to get early. Most of the season, Father was pointing out that the Colts a lot of times early would come out passing to set up the run. Obviously, that didn't happen last week. The one thing that make me feel a little pessimistic or a little concerned about it is the fact that the Colts were all out to win last week in Seattle and they only trailed for 2 minutes and a little bit less the whole game. They never trailed until the 2:36 mark. And the game plan was pretty simple. It's protect Rivers and try to pound away and play real slow and control the clock. I don't know if tonight's going to be the same thing, but the Niners aren't playing all 11 of their guys within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. It's malpractice on the coaching staff. Okay, so one of the things I discussed earlier, usually I'm a defer guy. The Colts won the toss. They want to play from ahead. Therefore, they took the ball here. So Rivers and the offense will see the field first. Closing price, Niners 4 from an opener of 6.5 last week. Indianapolis money most of the week and again today. Total 46.5. There is a 47 at Bet Online. I think the market was sufficiently happy enough to see what happened with the game last week. If you remember, the Seahawks opened up as a 3-point favorite against Indy on the early price, and it closed 13-13.5. The fact that the Colts were actually competitive last week has made the early number of 5.5 and 46.5 not too far off from the closing prices that were there 2 weeks ago from the opener. What's tonight? Rivers and the Colts will start at the 14:54 mark of the first. They have it at around is it the 29 maybe after the kick return. There's not enough. Look at that's his whole family up there. I'm surprised they don't have two suites. One of them's not enough. And then they got to put them. They can't even fit them all in one. At the 28 is where they'll start. Gun, two to each side. Taylor to his right. He's going to take a shot, and it's woefully underthrown. Pittman wants a flag. I thought that they would try to get a first down or two and do the same thing, which we discussed that earlier. But yeah, let's get those people out of the box. Yeah, let's just play on 2nd and 10 and go from there. But yeah, no, you're not going to sit there. Now, unfortunately, he's still undershot him, which doesn't help the perception that he can't throw it that far anymore. He needed to throw that about a half second earlier and let the guy go get it. Not come back, go run under it. Like you can't, don't make him come back. Trips left. Rivers, we got a motion or a start, so it's 2nd and 15 now. Offensive pre-snap penalties at home if you get are just so. So Ryman's was inactive. You said something about that earlier. Yeah, that's what it'll be. He'll run a draw. You get outside, bangs out to about the 30. It'll be third, maybe 8. Correct. Third and 8's not 3rd and 15. Sure would be a lot nicer to be 3rd and 3. Maybe we'll see what happens with this play. It could turn into something that's more important. You sure don't want to go 3 and out after you take the ball. The center. Well, the good news is he's up. The bad news is are they playing musical chairs at the offensive line yet at this point, or are they still have enough? No. Yeah. All right. 14:34 to go in the first, 3rd and 8. I'm sure that the live price will end up being 4.5 so far. Let's see if it goes up from there. Total down to 46 at Chris. All right. So let's see. I got YouTube. YouTube. YouTube's good. Okay, everybody's around. I know there's with the exception of the NBA having 5 games on Christmas Day, which is that's something they've done for the last 20 years. January 2nd. Yeah, the flight situation. I came before the big rush, and I'm leaving after, so the prices were a little bit cheaper. I didn't come. Yeah, it's a little longer than I'd prefer. I'm sure them too, but yeah, it's too long. I mean, just I don't like paying $1,700 a month for rent, and 850 of it just goes right into the fireplace because you're gone for half a month. You know what I mean? It's like, and I like my place. I like the fact that their New Year's Day is going to be okay. Start ramping back up here physically. Doesn't work that way. The landlord's not going to buy that. Yeah. Niners up to 4.5 minus a quarter, 4.5 flat in the live prices, which again about right based on the Colts start. There's a 5 at Chris now, 46. Nothing to do yet for me here. Nothing to recommend either. It's just too early. We got to see some more on both sides. Again, I pre-match. I like the Colts, but 6 would have been the best take price. Anything less than that would be tough. No, they that was their 4th round guy. This is the kid from Ball State. Well, he's the backup center then. They got a showing everybody. Let's see. Pittman's in motion, so we know it's man, at least to that side. Now he's checking to something. No. They'll throw it. Trips right. 4-man rush. They drop back, dump it off. Taylor catches first down out to the 40, 45. Makes a man miss out near midfield. First down. Excellent work. Good work out of the timeout. Good design. Never good to have an injury on your side to force a timeout, but to give him a couple extra minutes to get to that was good work. They're able to get those, clear out that right side, then dump him to Taylor as he was known. It was man to the right. They say he's told police assaulters they're not going to play slow. They're here to play. It's going to be a different game this week now that I've had a little bit of time. And it certainly is a different preparation because you've got 2 division teams to finish the season. You don't want them to see you play the same way twice. There's a wide open receiver to the outside here. That's Downs. The play calling so far is unparalleled. The execution, right? They knew what they wanted to do. This wasn't. It's not a Riley Leonard game. It most of the, yep. I agree with that. More, it's that's when you know who the good coaches are. The adjustments are important. College and pro both. I feel like I'm with you on that. I don't know. No, you're right. That's why it's important they score. That's why I took the ball first. They didn't defer. They took the ball. They. Listen, I'm a defer guy. I don't like to take the ball first. I want to double up. I want to get one before the break and then get the ball coming out. Well, that's most teams do. Every once in a while, you'll see a team receive. And the Colts in the spot tonight, I don't have a problem with it. Most of the year, yes. Yeah, when they don't get the ball first, that means the other team was won the toss and decided to take the ball. I think the Colts deferred once. I have that all on charts. I try to chart every coin toss. They're a receiving team, yeah. Ah, hung too much. He was there. I could see the safety closing. He's just it's the arm strength's just not there. It's a decision you have to make whether you're going to play Rivers with his brain or Leonard with his athletic ability and the ability to do some things with counters and draws and get the quarterback out running around because he's yeah, everything's great. They had to let three different levels. I mean, I don't think he made the wrong decision. He just didn't throw it hard enough. Which again, so now we're in a spot where it's at the 31. It's 3rd and 7. Taylor's out in motion. The backfield's empty. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Maybe they do bring a fifth. There is a man offside most likely. It's going to be a dump off, and it's caught by Pittman. First down inside the 20. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Unless they didn't have enough guys on the line, that would be the only way that they don't throw the flag until after the snap. That's it. That was the concern. I didn't see anybody offsides. 75. The left tackle was not on the line. That they usually warn you first, so he probably did it a play before that. Yeah, it's tough. I mean that's close. Yeah, it is. I think the coach just told the line, if you're going to call that, that's fine. Just make sure you pay attention to the other team because the Niners are guilty of doing that all the time. Yeah, at the 36 now it's 3rd and 12. Let's see if they try to take something down to take 3. Oh yeah, knock them out. They're only rushing 4. Rivers back, plenty of time. Fires, caught, downs, first down. Give them 13. That throw was just good enough. Just good enough. He kept it low. He knew what he was doing. Let Downs catch it and kind of spin out of there, make a play. They went zone there. I think Downs thought they were still in man. There was nobody in motion there. Here's the throw to Warren. He catches it and gets to the 21. Give him 2. Clock will move inside of 11 minutes. Played. Well, yeah, it says that. Yeah, I mean, Rivers. I covered North Carolina State against Indiana. His first ever start. I was in Bloomington for that game, and North Carolina State beat him. I told him Belichick hires Petrino, and he said Steven will find that more interesting than, or will find it funnier than I would. I did too. I thought it was funny. He is 96 jump, free play, taking a shot, caught it. If he hangs on, Pierce, he's in, touchdown. 10:31 to go in the first. Indianapolis struck first. They take the lead. There was 3rd and 12 and 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8 to start and 3rd and 12. I think she's had 11. Are you sure? Double check that. What's the number on that? How many kids have Rivers had? You guys can answer that in the chat if you know. I'm curious. I thought he had enough to field a whole team. That's the reason why I say that. Well, I know he's got one. I know he's got one that's already got a grand. That's what it is. 10, and then there's a grandkid. That's what it is. The extra point is good. 10:31 to go in the first. 7, zap. Colts 7, 49ers coming to bat. Live price is coming. Yeah, Rivers is one of those guys. He's got like 8-minute highlight tapes of him saying, shoot, daggone it. That's his high school team again? Well, it's not. You'll feel good if they actually win. What happened? He couldn't see it. What do you mean you couldn't see it? Well, Colts at 425? There's no reason to ever not be back here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How could you? Okay. Was they on the reservation? What, at like 3 o'clock or something? Okay. I don't care about it. I was watching the 1 o'clock. I know what you're saying, but yeah, sure. There's something to it. Right. Like I said, I saw his first game. I was. Oh yeah, it's something you don't see. I mean, people. I mean, it's the Colts. Yeah, and like I said, they now this year now that game they did what they had to do to manage the game. Now they're trying to figure out what they can do to win it and not show the same game plan, which is a great start. They threw the ball a lot. Now they can get Taylor involved. This is what they've done all year. Live price Niners are 2.5 flat, 50.5, 51. I got to say that that the way that the Colts were able to score after those two long third down conversions, I like Indianapolis, but I'm going to wait for the Niners to have the ball for a drive and come up to a better number and see what happens. Again, nothing yet here for me. The Purdy, Warren Sharp had an angle today on Mitch and Paul. I thought was a good one. Purdy over 7.5 for longest rush. His thought process was the Colts have a pretty good pass rush up front, and can maybe flush him. And Purdy's pretty mobile, pretty athletic. All he's got to do is break 1 for 8 or longer, and I tend to agree with that one. So that was one when a buddy was asking about props. I was like, let's get some Purdy over 7.5. So best play going in. I thought that made the most sense. Yeah, which is important. Yeah, they thought that there were a couple. 10:31 to go in the first kick coming. But yeah, I'll be curious. I think that they say the other guy that was the sharp. I think he had some comments as well about throwing to set up the run, which is what he said. That's what they did. And I think that he's there's a lot of people that are in the prop market. Taylor was like 98.5, and their projections are in the 70s. They don't think Taylor's going to get much, which makes sense. The Niners should be crowding the box and making Rivers beat him. Yeah, they could still get the one. The coach has done a great job. Probably will be in any discussion for coach of the year if they end up beating Seattle in the last game, because a lot of that stuff gets decided at the very end. I mean, like Vrabel was the hot name, but if the Patriots lose another game, all of a sudden he falls out of it. They talked about the Bucks guy 5 or 6, 8 weeks into the season, and Mayfield was in MVP discussions. Now they've lost 7 in a row. Did he throw for 73 yards? Did I see that right on that drive? Jesus. Here we go. Niners bang it out front on the first play to McCaffrey for about 5. I would expect McCaffrey to, as always, to touch the ball as much as they want him to. They have really given him a lot of dosage. A lot of it. That's the thing. He's a fantasy stud because of his in the PPR leagues because he catches balls. I mean, it's an extra point every time you catch one. And the fact is, this quarterback. I mean, they gave him a lot of money, and I think he deserved it all. Trips right, back is offset to the right. Now they're going to send him out as the release valve in the flat, fired over the middle, and caught. Kittle. What I thought that ball had a chance to be intercepted when he threw it. Flew it. He sort of. Yes, say I don't think he had much on it. I thought that when he threw it, but the replay didn't show. 53 just made a bad read. 53 was in the zone. Was in a zone up closer to the line. It wasn't his play to make really, but he still should have made it because the throw had much on it. Here's McCaffrey for another 6 on a catch this time. Niners matriculating it down into the field goal range here. We're 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 both aware of that. Juice check in it here now for the Niners. Let's see if they send him back in motion into the eye. Oh, they got some. What is this? Some sort of a. They give it to McCaffrey. If you see 44 in the game, there's a really good chance they're going to run the ball, or there's play action. Sometimes even to throw it to him. Shanahan's always been high on having those fullback, H back type guys that can have some versatility. They sent Kittle in motion at the end. He was the lead blocker. First and 10 at the 24. Caffrey again off right side, bangs it down for about 2. Shoved out. Inside of 8 minutes, clock will continue to move. I got to log into my YouTube. If you guys are chatting me. Complete Swiss Army knife. Trips left here. Nobody in the backfield. 2 to the right. Purdy drops back, fires to the end zone, and it's going to be caught. Oh, they travel. Demarcus Robinson, 22-yarder. Oh, when they play the Rams on the road in LA, the Rams have to use a silent count. They can't hear. The crowd's too loud. No, they're because they're everywhere. You have to remember the 49ers fans. I mean that because they were good. Like when I was in high school, that was them and the Cowboys were running things in the NFC, and there are a lot of people that are my age. I have 2 or 3 good friends that are Niner fans because of either Montana or Young or both. I hate that. I can't stand that. It's the same thing. Yeah, it's no good. It's not it's unfair to everybody in the league. That you have to you can't do half and half because then there'll be no games. You have to have an inventory of games every week. The NFL's not going to have 5 games in a week. It's good. There's going to always be 13 games or 14 games or whatever. There'll be no less than 6 teams on a bye. There's too many. They have too many people that pay them money for the rights. Yeah, it's you can't do that. I mean, it's not the people. Fantasy football would be ruined. I mean, you can't. There's too much money involved. I don't know what has happened here, but I can't get. Well, it's that's not enough. It's that I mean, think about it. There's a Thursday night game, there's a Sunday night game, there's a Monday night game. That's 3. You always have to have a late window, at least 2, and then the early window. There's always 5, 6. I mean, there's never been less than 7 or 8 minimum in that early window, and everybody has to have their local teams. I mean, it's not feasible. I mean, your idea. It's not like your idea is. It's not. It's week 4 and week 13 is not fair. It's not. There's a sure was. Let me give you a live price here real quick. 7-7, 7-14 to go in the first. Live price Niners 3.5 and 4. Total 56.5 all the way up as high as 57.5 at a couple places. Return is out to the 28. He's fumbled it, and the Niners have it. The stripper came in and got him after they held him up. Tongs gets it. Abdullah spits it out. No. That they grabbed him and stopped him, and then the strippers came in and got the ball out of there. Oh no, it didn't even strippers. It was just the first guy hit it. Well, yeah, of course. That's those special teams guys and defenders are either taught to do that or hold him up and wait for the next guy to get to him to think he can come in and strip it. Now the new price on the Niners is 7. 58.5, 59. The pass is complete to Kittle to the 13, first down. Yeah. I don't know in a row. 10-4. They've been playing well, but I don't think they have any big streak or anything. There's a run to McCaffrey with Juszczyk in there blocking for him in motion left, bangs it down for about 6, and they're in the red zone. He'll be right at the first down marker, McCaffrey again. 5:42 to go, clock moving. First and goal to 3. Robinson gets it and gets 1. It'll be second and goal. Clock will go inside of 5 minutes. Timeout. Niners, 4:34 to go in the first. Second and goal at the 2.5, 3. Second and goal at the 3. Gun, motion right. McCaffrey offset to the left, drops back, fires to McCaffrey, caught touchdown. 4:33 to go in the first. Niners 13, 7-point pending. Get 2 touchdowns in about 2 minutes is no bueno. No. Has there been a third down? Yeah. They even been to third down? 14-7 Niners. Live price 8.5. There is 7 minus a bunch of Pinnacle. 61, 61.5 flat. So that's the way the cookie crumbled this year. The Jags and Texans played all the teams the Colts got to play in the first 8 games. I'm not again, and I'm not a big Denver guy, so I'm not overly sold about that. But ever since the Jags traded for that receiver Myers at the trade deadline, their offense has been a completely different team. Quarterback is playing like he won a national championship at Clemson and beat Alabama by a million. No, yeah, the Liam Coleman, he's still in the discussion for Coach of the Year if the Jags went out. Yeah, sure. No, you're right about that. And they got this one right. I thought he was going to be the best player that I have ever been seen in a long time when he got drafted. I mean, after what he did at Clemson, but there's a lot of talent around him. I can understand some of the struggles, but yeah, he caught the raw end of it when it came to a lot of the coaching. Let me check out my chats here shortly. I got to get this. Let me see if there's anything happening here on my chat. Okay, I am logged in to the YouTube. Let me see for Streamlabs. Streamlabs desktop. Okay. Let's see. Twitch. Am I not logged into my Twitch account? Continue with Google. Let's see if it lets me. I'm trying to get logged into my chat here. It's not. Hasn't been nearly as. Yeah, it was. It once. Well, like I said, as I said, I mean, it really was like about as elementary as it comes, and that's something that you run in middle school. I mean, it was just. Yeah, that too. Combination of concept was simple and the. Yep. No, this is not Abdullah. This is 9. Decent field position for Indy here. Uh, been doing a lot of college, I think. Maybe not. I think so. Yeah, I think so. I can't figure out. Kelly Robinson, 8477. Thanks for checking in. What's good tonight, Rexy? Who are you on? Nothing yet. We're sitting here watching the live, trying to figure out what to do if something pops up. Nothing yet. Purdy over 7.5 for the longest rush was the best prop. I won't take credit for it. Warren Sharp gave it out on Mitch and Paul's show earlier, and I agree with him. He made a lot of sense the way that he was describing it. So nothing yet over here. Lean Colts. Price wasn't quite good enough to bet. I thought you needed to take at least 6. I do think that they will win or could win, but not a good start in the last couple minutes. Turnover that can't have. 4 minutes to go in the clock. It'll be 2nd and 2 in the first quarter. And thanks for checking me out tonight, guys. Rex Byers with you here on the SweatBox. 8:49 Eastern, 5:49 out west. YouTube TV, Twitch TV. At the 42. They banging up the middle for Taylor. Give him about 5 up to the 43. Aikner brought up a good point there. You start that first drive, you get a couple of good long third down conversions, and then the other team takes it right down and scores, and then you turn it over before you even run another play. I mean, it's one thing if your offense turns it over. It's like, okay, well, that's bad, but if they don't even get a chance to touch the ball, that's terrible. I mean, it's Rivers goes on the bench at 7-0. He's back in the game. He's down 14-7 already. I mean, he hasn't even had a chance to touch the ball. 3:10 to go. Clock moving at the 47. First down. Rivers dumps back, dumps it towards downs. I think Rivers wanted a flag. He's done a good job in the pass over his career. It's early. 20 years in the league, though. I guarantee doing that reaction that he did in San Diego, he got a flag about 35 times over the course of his career. Going for the 36 tonight. No flag. Yeah. Surprised they didn't show it. Here we go. This time they got a tight end in the backfield. And they throw it to the tight end. It's Ogletree. That's not even the. Yeah. No. Well, that's not their strength. The Niners. They're not there. Rivers should have time. This is a one game. They play all these teams with all these great defenses lately. Well, the Niners have lots of injuries. I mean, a lot of their best players are out for the year or out for a long time. I mean, they've lost. Got Bosa's out for the year. They lost the linebacker who's been there forever, Willis, who's great. He was out, So they've really the coach has done a great job. I mean, for 2 months. Rivers is back. He's got more time again. He fires it incomplete. Not a good throw this time. 2nd 10. I am encouraged by the fact that he has time. He can do whatever he wants to back there. I mean, he actually had time to let that develop more if he'd have wanted to. I think that's something you'll see a little bit later on. It's 4-man rushes here early, a lot of vanilla. Let them get through their scripts, and then start bringing it at them later. Yeah, he hasn't played since about week 4, maybe. Correct. It's just great coaching. They do come this time with a blitz, and they didn't get there. Wide open, caught is complete to Pierce. They did bring a blitz that time, and they didn't come close. And the Colts have enough playmakers down the field. The receiving groups, I think, is a little underrated. They're not going to have any all-pro first teamers or anything, but they have a group of guys that collectively can make plays. Their receiving core that year was as bad as any in the league. The bottom 3 or 4. This is a good little misdirection here to get the ball to downs. God, 20 made a play. 20 stopped the touchdown. I think he might go there. He just tripped him. I thought when he got it, I said they got the whole world out in front of him. This is going to be a huge play. 20 got through all of it. They're not going to show the replay. They're screwing us. Colts are playing faster than that. Last week they could show 2 replays between plays. Tonight they're not showing any because the Colts are playing a little quicker. Clocking down to the 111 mark at the 22. Rivers gun. It's kind of empty. Trips right. 4-man rush. Fires. This is downs again. 10. 9. 1st and goal. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I know what you're saying. It's 1st and goal at the 12 or whatever. It is an option route. He read it. 47 inside leverage. Lets him go outside. Correct. That's all. That's just the way it's going to go. I mean, Taylor gets it. I'm not worried about that yet. The concepts have been great. There's gonna be. I thought. I'm not going to speculate. I think he might have thrown it late. I thought it might be a hold. Yeah, 68 or whatever. Yeah. I think if I'm not mistaken, he tackled a guy. They may or may not show it. Like, I think the ref was trying to throw it. He couldn't get out. It was late. I mean, it came in late, but I could see But he actually, no, he was downfield a couple yards because the penalty is only going to be like a 7-yard penalty. Sure. Well, Houston was a cheat. Yeah. Right. End of one. So the 18th. So the flag was a 9-yard hold. Or yeah, 9-yard penalty on the hold. So there was downfield a yard. 14-7. Niners. First live price coming shortly. There was one bowl game earlier today. Washington State 34-21 over Utah State. Second half, Washington State, one of the worst beats you'll ever see. Complete domination. 34-21 doesn't come close to telling the story of that game. At one point, the yardage was like 480 to 70. I mean, it was just a complete beating and bludgeoning. And a couple of big plays that went Utah State's way, a couple of touchdowns taken off for Washington State. There was a defensive touchdown that got taken off where Utah State scored on another play. There was a Utah State touchdown that came after a penalty. There was another Utah State touchdown that came after a penalty. I think all three of their touchdowns came after penalties that either ended drives or would have ended drives or were on fourth down. Washington State up and down the field the whole game. They threw 3 interceptions. They lost it on drives once they missed it downs. Once they missed a field goal, they lost a fumble. I mean, it was just a complete bloodbath. And somehow they only get the money for the game as a small dog, but they can't cover the second half price after leading 17-0 at halftime. Just a complete joke, or 14-0 at halftime. To only win by 13, it's just one of those games you shake your head and move on. Live price now 9 or 6. There is a 6.5 out there. Chris total 61.5 flat, 61.5 over money. I have a feeling this will slow down at some point, but I'm not going to try to get in front of the runaway truck just yet, given what I've seen on defense. So a hard pass on the total. I think the number's just a smidge high. I think 59.5 maybe better, but yeah, nothing to it yet. Westgate 5.5 minus 30 on the Niners. Not enough to consider that. Caesar 6.5 flat, 6.5 minus money at DraftKings. Caesars, I forgot I'm wearing my shirt from when I worked there 6 years ago. 6.5 at MGM minus money. Not a whole lot of difference in the market. Rivers is the high side at 7 minus 22, which tells me either the guy working at Bet Rivers likes the Niners or they have been inundated to the Niners and want Colts money. Pinnacle, the cheap number now at 6 minus 08. Buckeye 6 flat. No strong opinion yet. Again, I need to see something from either defense first. The only play that's differentiated the side so far is the fumble on the kickoff return by the Colts after the San Francisco first touchdown. Well, this is the first time they played a defensive line that's not going to kill somebody for the last month. I mean, they've had run up against 4 of the top 9 defenses in the whole league. No, not yet. No, the second drive doesn't count. That was a short field, but the first one was bad. They're still in their scripts as well. That's deflected and knocked down. There's some injuries there, and their defense was great last week. Their defense was great last week. Kelly Robinson, more live streams in the future, feature games. This is great. Thanks for checking me out, man. Yeah, I'll do some. Absolutely. That's the plan. I'm going to try to pick my spots here. This is an interesting one. The fact that my dad's a Colts fan and I'm back visited him in Indiana makes it a different occasion. So that's what makes it fun tonight. Taylor gets about 2. It'll be third and goal from the 16. Probably going to set up for a field goal here. It was time. When was this time? That's the way it works. It's actually very smart. I agree with you 100%. No, not enough talent and not enough smart on defense. And they haven't drafted well on that side. They keep putting all their draft capital on Burrow and the skill players. And, because of free agency. Yep, that's right too. End zone touchdown. Wow, they stole him here. Pierce, the hell of a throw. That's his best throw yet. I mean, by far. I mean, right on the money. Yeah, that had some mustard on it. I don't. This you were talking about a whole week to build some arm strength up. Oh, I was gonna say that. No, that's his, he's right. I know what he's talking about. Yeah, in their heads they called the Niners for 1-2 now. That's a great route. Great everything. 12 plays, 66 yards, 5:18 off the clock. We've knotted it up here in Indianapolis, 14 all. Live price coming shortly, and the total will continue to climb. The yes no on the stop price, a complete stop price. That one was better. I mean, again, it's his whole career it's been that though. Yeah, Peyton's did that even when he was good. When he was good, he threw wobbles. That's what Eggman said. It was a good route. I thought the same thing. I saw it live. I didn't see it. The replay, I could see it. He drew the flag. That flag was against him. He drew the flag. There's a lot of people in that game tonight that are rooting for San Francisco because of Joe Montana. There's also a lot of people because of Steve Young. A lot of them are my age. 4.5, 4, 3.5 at Buckeye total. 66.5 flat. There is some 65 over money as well. Westgate 3.5. Okay. I still can't get recommend anything just yet based on the fact that both teams have been up and down the field twice. Well, the Colts twice up and down the field, the Niners once, and then another drive that was a short field based on right after the Indianapolis turnover. We need to see something out of the Indianapolis defense. They gave up no touchdowns last week and only 6 field goals against Seattle, which their offense isn't so pedestrian. The Niners, the fact that they've scored twice, but this drive will tell us a little more. I think now that the Colts scored again, and let's see if the defense can settle in here and figure some things out. Maybe the Niners will get through their scripts. But yeah, Colts scoring a touchdown there from the 16 on third and goal or the 18 was absolutely a bonus. Certainly not expected after the holding penalty to negate the first and goal play and put them way behind the sticks. The interference. I guess was probably the right call, but I'm not so sure. It was really close. I hope Pierce didn't hurt himself on that jump. They had to catch him, or else he's going to fall into the seats. There's a couple little kids in there. About 4. Oh, I didn't see it. I saw someone that was looked like he was about 4. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Could have been either. Good return for the Niners out past the 30. That's where they'll start. 14:07 to go before the break. The one game I don't even still know how they won. 2009 maybe. I have no clue how the Colts lost that game to this day. I watched it and I remember thinking, how did the Colts lose to this team? But it was one of those spots where they didn't win the division, so they had to go out there. And the Niners. Oh no, the punter punted it 3 times inside the 2 yard line or something. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah. Oh, is this that the year they won and then they had to go play the Patriots with the Chargers? So the momentum changed. Right. What year was this? Yeah, they had to keep winning because the Colts, yeah, 14-3 or 14-2, 13-3. Hey, wait, wait, that's not right. They had Olympic stadiums for the Olympics. That's where the Braves played their home games after the Olympics. They just tore that stadium down. No, they don't. They didn't tear it down. They took all the top part out of it, and now Georgia State University plays football there. Turner Field's what it's called now. That was where they played the Olympics. Yeah, where the Falcons played. They didn't have the Olympics anywhere near the football stadium. That Georgia Dome was just the Falcons. And no, Turner in Olympics, Turner Field was where the Olympics were, where everything was there. Muhammad Ali was the guy. Remember, they had all this stuff. I mean, no, there was an Olympic stadium. Turner Field was what it was called afterwards. But the Atlanta Olympic ceremonies were outdoors. That I'm sure of. Like I'm willing to there because there's some things I remember about that Olympics that I'll never forget because of the time of my life when I'm 19 years old. I just saw Michael Johnson run a 19.32 in the 200 meter dash. And I said that will never be eclipsed ever. And then there was a guy that ran a 1917 a few years ago, and I'm like, okay, I'm wrong. We started at the 31 here. The Niners again, nothing changed there with the live price 4.5. There is a 5. Totals between 65 and 67.5. Gashed them up front again. McCaffrey, if you have in fantasy, off to a rousing start. Yeah, then they get the ball start the second half, so you can score as many as you want to. But it doesn't matter if they score last in the first half. Now you're putting yourself down a chance to go down 2 scores without getting that turnover back. They must have saw something on the tape last week against Seattle that's gotten them to think that they can have some success unless the Colts have another guy injured that I wasn't aware of. Trips right after the McCaffrey motion. Juice check coming out of the backfield. Purdy fires over the middle. It's dropped. Jennings with a drop. That's actually the first non-positive play for the Niners tonight. I think that's his first incompletion. Second 10, 13:24 to go in the half. Motion juice check, play fake. McCaffrey left, fires complete, gain of 12. It's Warren. No, and you're right. It's really you only rush 4. I mean, they're asking for trouble. They don't pay this guy this money because he's not any good. Timeout. Interesting. For what? This? Oh, they may take that away. I think the Colts have a good challenge guy. I feel like the Colts do pretty good when they do this. You watch all their games, you know more than me. That last move is incomplete. That ball's rolling around on the ground. There's no way that's a catch. The challenge guy for the Colts got this right. Okay, that I'll buy. Okay. That I'll buy. I'm not sure. I feel like it wasn't there, but there's nowhere else to play it. The Omni. Yeah, it was. The Falcons were playing at the old Fulton County Stadium with the Braves all the way back into like 90 or 91. So that I remember too. They played a Super Bowl there a few years after. That's what helped. That was publicly funded, I guess. They were able to sell the public on paying the taxes and helping the owner out in exchange for getting a Super Bowl per year. That was the NFL's model like back then. That's you build a stadium and we'll give you a Super Bowl pretty quick. I mean that's okay. It is cool. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. He always fought for that. That was his thing. Should be on his headstone. Here fought the man for all the because There is no live price right now because of the challenge. I think that the Niners are going to lose the challenge. I'm not trying to be a homer. I call it how I see it. You guys know that by now. Chris has 5 minus 23 and 67 under 22. I think Chris thinks it's going to be a drop as well. The only way it's not going to be a catch is if they, yeah, if he would have caught the ball on the field, it's a catch. But I think that Steichen, you know the answer to this, and I asked you, didn't answer me. But the challenge, you watch every game, you should know when they challenge. Well, you only get two. You watched every, see, you watched all the games. That's not true. That's what I'm saying. When they do, they have success. Correct? I mean, that's all I was asking you. I would say that the longer they're away on commercials, probably the better it is because that means they're taking their time to try to get the clock correct and the down and distance. But who knows? Maybe they just feel like they're down on commercials. Nah, yeah, it was pretty simple. They would never. There's too much movement with the ball down there. Yeah, let's. Okay, that's all. Okay, 3rd and 10. 13:20 to go. Live price is down. I have to think he's going to do something here. I mean, he's got to send somebody. No, not the house. Just send one. He's showing he's going to send everybody here. Maybe the Colts do a good job with this. He did a good job with the Bengals when they were somewhat confident a couple years ago with those blitzes. No, he's great. Yep, six field goals and nothing else. And tonight it's 2 for 2 the wrong way. Yeah, this is the one. I mean, 3rd and 10, first time. How is that legal? As long as that's where that was before the complete pass. That's where they started the play before. Yeah, they should have got that fixed during the commercial anyway. Look at a defense that's been sitting there with the whole team on the line for 30 seconds. He's showing 6 right now. Now one of them looks like they might. Here come no, those is the 4 again. Plenty of time. Purdy steps up in the pocket. He's going to run it. He's going to get it. Give him right at the sticks. It'll be 4th and maybe half a yard. Took a pop, but it is short. Yeah, that's right. He's about a half yard short. Offense will stay out there. Clock will move inside of 13 minutes. No spy. Everything was zone. Spot was good. It's a little bit short. Here we go. Out of the it's the juice check or Purdy push. Current live price 566.5. Again, I'd like to pop in here and say that at some point they're going to stop scoring, but 12 minutes to go in the half. McCaffrey by himself. Here comes Juszczyk in motion to give us to McCaffrey. Juszczyk broken tackle. Broken tackle inside the 30 to the 27. They've had some success sending Juszczyk slotted out and then goes in motion to get himself in fullback position. He's done that at least 3 times tonight. This time he gets only a yard as they give it to McCaffrey again. This guy going to get like 40 touches tonight? Eleven, 10 to go in the first half. Juszczyk is finally sitting for once. You can be almost for sure they're going to throw the ball in this play. to each side gun. McCaffrey off to the right. Purdy back. Too much time. Complete. Gain of 10. Only a 4-man rush again. And give him 11. Complete. Inside the 15. He just read where you're playing. You play him, yeah. Let him break inside. Here comes that same play again. Yep, same play. It's four times they've ran that play tonight. Every once in a while, they're going to play fake to the tailback and they're going to throw it to him in the flat. Yeah, that's technically true. It is.